Hey, we're back against all odds.
All odds.
We are here. So I'm Adam.
I'm Darren from the UK.
And I'm Peter. How you doing?
Oh,
You're looking good.
all right. Yes, we're back, and Darren is here with us. Who would have thought that this moment would happen right here, right now? So, what's good, guys?
But here, it's a first.
What's good?
Yeah.
What's good? Steak.
Steak.
Steak is good. Steak with fries is good.
What's good?
What's good right now is work is pretty relaxed at the moment. I'm enjoying designing stuff right now.
Yes. All right. So questions. I have some questions.
Question number one, hit me with your best.
Okay, so first question is, what lessons would you like, because we are all fathers, what lesson would you like to pass on to your children that you feel school wouldn't teach?
Darren, over to you.
That's a very, very good question. I think me and Adam are in our late 40s. Yeah, and Peter's
Spring
50s. I think in recent decades, with technology and everything like that, young people have obviously shifted their kind of mindset and mentality. For me, Adam is from Canada, and I think what's important, what I want to teach my kids is survival.
Of the fittest.
I.e., how would you survive in a situation like that where
Zombie apocalypse. Zombie apocalypse.
yeah.
Do you mean like when the grid goes down, there's like no electricity?
Yeah. So like schools should teach kids how to light fires, skin animals, how to cook, how to make a bivvy.
How to behead.
Yeah, just generally life skills, man. They don't really teach those kind of old school things, like you don't see kids running around in forest with like Swiss Army knives anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Or, building bonfires or building tree houses, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of my, my target for my kids. How about you, Peter?
3 things that I want my children to learn: faith, hope, and love. Those 3 things.
How would you teach them?
How would I teach them? That's a great question, Adam. I would share what I believe with my children. I would hope that they take that on board and let it guide their decision making. And love, because I believe that it trumps all.
Boom.
Teaching love. Love is slow to anger. Love is not jealous. Love is not envious. Love is a commitment. And to teach them above feelings and emotions are the 3 things that I would like to teach my children. Because I love you. and you.
But then that kind of goes into like the whole religion thing.
It does.
The 7,
Yes.
Like the movie Seven, 7 Sins.
That has the best intro
Has the best ending
ever.
What's in the box?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man. When was it 97, 98, I saw that intro in graphic design class. When Nine Inch Nails did how the music, everything's all distorted. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, but yeah, good lessons. I think that
You haven't responded to your own question.
so much pressure
No.
sitting in between these two. So much pressure.
Mountains,
It's
rocks.
what is not taught in school. I actually feel really blessed to be a teacher because I have the opportunity to teach things that are not on the typical agenda of schooling. So like life lessons about happiness, about what is reality, and a non-biased, like non-religious way, but just teaching like fundamental life skills But what I teach my kids, I guess, would be a little bit different than a classroom setting. Basically, I'd like them to understand the power of your thoughts, because I just realized that's like that.
It's recording, right?
It's recorded, yeah. Um, yeah, we're focused in society, our societies, sorry, focus everything on the outside, right? So commercialism is based on buying a product that's outside of you and spending money on it to change how you feel inside. So that's like advertisement, right? If you buy this makeup, you look pretty and then you'll feel better. Or if you have this, you'll feel better. But I would like to teach my children to have a daily habit of meditating, just being quiet, disciplining your mind, detaching from the whole worldly outside world and going inside and finding who you really are, which is love. Yeah, I mean that I could unpack that for hours, but basically that's it. And I think like the ideas that we just brought forth are really being tested with the past election in Japan. One seat.
Here he goes.
Right.
Here he goes. Listen to
Paranoid.
this. Listen to this. Put your seatbelt on, kid.
It's made international news, right? The conservative far right wing party has taken a lot of power in the recent elections. So like, it's a test. It's a test of sanity. So okay, next question then. Where do you guys see Japan in 10 years? With the declining birth rate, with this morning, the new recent deals with Trump, Japan and Trump, where do you guys see Japan in 10 years? Completely far right? The pendulum swinging? What do you think? Any ideas? And just make sure you lean in when you talk about it so you can hear.
This is quite a deep topic, I think, and I think since I know all of us have been in Japan, like a kind of a different, lengths. I've been here 16, 20, 50,
25.
25,000.
25 million years.
yeah, light years. And like I said, man, there's definitely a massive shift in Japanese cultural change in the last 16 years I've been here. Would you agree? In the last decade, these things have slightly shifted.
The Japan I moved to 20 years ago is not the Japan that's here now. Like so many things have changed. Like when I moved here, people smoked on train platforms, people smoked everywhere in restaurants, and now you can't even smoke on
We still do.
on the street.
Some of us do.
They
Anyway.
can't even smoke on the street. Like I don't smoke cigarettes, but if you want to, like at least on the street, like what? Anyway, I mean that's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of like change. I've seen Japan change
Yeah.
dramatically, and this over the last weekend, Japan went from having one far right seat to having 15. And the thing that freaks me out, so I want you guys to talk more than me, but the thing that concerns me most about that is not so much these people having power, but the fact that enough people would vote for these people that speaks volumes about the state. But I realize that they're voting against the. Oh yeah, I'm talking too much. Over to you.
Yeah.
Over to me. Okay, so I've been here 25 years now, right? I haven't seen that much change. I don't think Japan has changed all that much. Like culturally, like I haven't seen cultural change, and nor do I expect it, right? Trends and fashion and style and what's good at the moment, though I see that all the time. That changes all the time, but culturally I haven't seen a lot of change. It is as far as like in 10 years time, I don't see a lot of change. The only possible political instability, more of it. We might see more of that, but I don't really think that I'll see a lot of change. It's just my opinion, right? I mean, I haven't seen a lot of change culturally, and I don't expect it, nor desire it, right?
Yeah.
But I just think possibly more political instability. That's the way I see it. Right?
Just to like tune in on like the fact checks here. So obviously, you guys, if you're watching this YouTube podcast, there is a new kind of party that's come out called San Seto.
Sanseto.
They normally have like orange uniforms and stuff like that, and they've just been. I don't know how many seats did they get? Like 14 seats in the election.
14 new ones as far as I understand.
Yeah, and it comes down to Japan first policy, which is kind of like, kind of going on like the Donald Trump. And I don't know what to say about this, man, because I've spoken to young, old Japanese people, and they're really happy with like foreigners being here, because without foreigners, there's no infrastructure for Japan. We need blue collar workers. Who's going to make onigiri? Who's going to work in factories? Who's going to
Family Mart.
collect like vegetables on farms and stuff like that? So, but the youth of Japan have been blinded by this party. Would you agree? Like they've been brainwashed almost. Because I know like a lot of young voters have been voting for Sanet from what I've been told or seen.
There's a lot I'd like to say, but I don't want to get my head chopped.
Yeah.
Guys, like basically, when it comes to history, I'm just biting my tongue.
Like I'm from the UK, so obviously now we have a big problem with illegal immigration, and that's another issue that this political party in Japan have kind of like put their agenda on. Why is there so much anger over immigration? This is written by the BBC. Obviously, with COVID, Japan needed tourism, so now it's kind of like worked the other way, where there's now over tourism. But I don't generally think that tourists are causing really big issues for this country. They're not like, being arrested. They're not like doing anything too crazy.
If I could speak to the foreigners wanting to visit Japan, I would like to say, first of all, no one wants you here. Don't come.
In summer.
Just please don't show up. And I realized this before I came to Japan, that my love of Japan since early childhood is a paradox in itself, because I am a foreigner and I love Japan, but my being here is the thing that scares me though is for my children. This far right party, I'm really concerned about the environment for my children growing up in Japan, because they look white, but they are Japanese. But a lot of foreigners come here and they have no want or willingness to adapt or learn. It's an amazing country. It's a beautiful country, but people here, it's very strange. Everyone follows the rules. Everyone does what they're told. If the light says don't walk, people don't walk, even though it's like 5 feet to the next road. And foreigners come here and they disrespect local customs and laws and rules, and therefore the Japanese people are like, who are these douchebags? Get them out. So I get it. I just don't like it. But you have to, anytime you go to a new country, you gotta learn the do's and don'ts of the country that you're visiting. And don't be a douche.
So we had Logan Paul, who they kicked out.
Right.
So now obviously we've got TikTok, social media. So we've had in the last year or two, I think we've had the idiot that's got like the massive speaker thing who played it live in the train.
Yeah.
You're not welcome.
We've had a girl from South America that was doing press ups in Kyoto.
You're not welcome.
And then we've had loads of like black American hip hop dancers doing breakdancing in Shibuya on the Hachiko crossing.
You're not welcome just because it's freaking breakdancing and it sucks. You're not welcome.
But these are the kind of things that like the Japanese get really pissed off about. And we as people, residents or people that live in Japan, have to kind of deal with and kind of semi-apologize, right, for the actions of our fellow country people.
You're thinking what Peter said, that Japan really hasn't changed. I can see it because Halloween, before Shibuya happened, all the foreigners would go on the Yamanote line and they would take over the Yamanote
Yeah.
line. And then the Japanese people were like, what's this Halloween? Why is everyone taking over the train? And they protested, like, just, would you get out of the country? So, I mean, Japan is such a beautiful place to visit, but you just have to, like, kind of blend in a bit. Yeah. The reason I say this is because we live here and we have children here. And piss off. Over to you.
Exactly that.
For those of you who don't know, 15 years ago, Japan was crying out for tourism. Right? There was the Cool Japan campaign, which was promoted internationally. There was also something Go Japan, or something where a whole lot of like travel vouchers and all this kind of stuff was handed out if you purchased on different websites and whatever stuff. And it was tourism was very small here. No reason to come to Japan unless you like things like anime and that you're the sort of like the Akihabara type crowd, or you might know something about the nature and enjoy the countryside in Japan, right? So no real reason to visit. Our food scene is very, very good, right? Which is great. What happened is those things and COVID, right? What happened was that they were extremely successful campaigns. COVID was an incredible tourism campaign, right? And we just became inundated with people, right? Like suddenly, so like basically it's tripled over the past couple of years. It's exploded, and now the government and political parties and the public are saying we don't want it. Okay, so you did want it. Now that you've got it, you want to send it back. Well, that's not going to happen, right? Sort of thing. So what the government needs to do is come up with ways to manage the tourism issue, right? Certain countries in Europe are doing it with various taxes that they're adding to enter. If you want to enter certain cities, you need to pay additional taxes. They're only allowing, in some countries, only allowing a certain number of tourists into particular places. These type of things, while some people might not like them, for those of us who live here, right, they're actually good ideas, right, sort of thing. So I believe that like it needs to be managed, right? You can't stop it now. Japan, you brought it in, right? And to those of you coming to Japan, Japan did invite it, right, sort of thing. But the government needs to come up with ways to fix it. Right,
How
needs to manage
about
it. Yeah.
Because I've been thinking, like,
Shoot them at the airport? Shoot them! No.
so I've had the
Kidding,
opportunity
guys. I wouldn't do
to
that.
talk with some of these far right politicians, and basically I get their concerns, and it's basically dealing with ignorant foreigners. But how about, you know, when you fly into a country, you have a little checklist, like, are you bringing this into the country? No. Are you da 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 da? How about just a little cultural, like, you don't have to inundate or indoctrinate people, but just a little checklist, like, do you think playing loudspeakers in public trains is a good idea? Sure, right? And just a little checklist to prepare people for the kind of culture that they're going to visit. Because it is an alien culture.
It is. It's completely different to anything you know.
It
Completely.
is. It is.
Beautiful and horrific at the same time.
Well put. Yeah. Well put.
Yeah.
I'm a poet.
All
And
right.
I know it.
So, speaking of culture,
Okay.
let's talk about cancel culture.
Go on then.
Have you heard of the recent canceling of the Colbert Show?
Yes.
Yesterday, I heard about this. I don't know when this will air, but what do you think about that?
I can't really talk about it because I don't know what it is.
The Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Oh, the Tonight Show.
Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
I followed the show on YouTube for a long time, for many years, and I unfollowed. I unfollowed because I got sick and tired of him only criticizing Trump. Knock yourself out. Criticize Trump. That's not what I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying, but is that all you've got? Right? Is that all you want to talk about? I mean, there was more to it, but it was just like continuous for about 2 years. It was just a Trump rant. Trump rant, right? So that it's like, no, I don't want to watch this anymore. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like what he stands for. I don't like what he is, and I don't want to listen to people talk about him, right? So I unfollowed. Every now and then I go back and check it out and have a listen.
That's low hanging
Sort of thing,
really.
right? Yeah, and he's an entertaining guy.
Yeah.
And he's a very popular guy, right? And people really like him. He's obviously respected in the entertainment industry because of the quality of guests that he has on his show. He's a very good interviewer, right? He's a very talented, very funny man, right? Whether or not he's cancelled because of his criticism of Donald Trump or it's due to the money that the program has lost, I don't know. We're not going to know. There's going to be conspiracy theories around it, whatever, right?
Yes.
The timing, the people involved, all that kind of stuff, whatever, right? So I just wish him well and hope he gets another job. I'm sure he will because he's popular, right?
Do you know the old Star Trek show, Sulu? You know Sulu, the Asian guy on command. He is actually Japanese American, and he wrote and published a comic book, I believe through Image Comics, about when his family was taken into a concentration camp in America to educate American people about what happened in the past.
It's a fun weekend right there, isn't it? Let's talk about concentration camps and death camps. Get into something light.
His book has been banned multiple times, and I think like 10,000 books have been canceled and banned because it doesn't fit in the agenda that, this is pretty dark, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you think that he could release that on Twitter X or something like that?
Did we go from Colbert to talking about this? Anyway, go on.
Do you know what I mean? Like if they banned a book, because
Yeah.
like Elon's kind of like open speech kind of thing. Maybe he could put it on X as a PDF.
Is
download.
Elon Musk really free speech?
Did you hear what he did to his? Sorry, I was about to go another dark tunnel.
Let's talk about free speech. What is it? Do we need to redefine it? Where is it at the moment? Go on. Big Dazza, what do you
No,
think?
because I'm from England, man, and free speech right now is like if you talk about anything, you'll get arrested. There's people in the UK getting arrested.
Working out really well.
If you write something on Facebook or Twitter X, you'll get arrested.
For writing a word.
Yep, writing anything political
Okay,
or anything. Yeah.
so I believe in free speech.
Yeah.
Right, that's a big thing to say, right? I believe in free speech. As you know, my opinion on comedians and their take on free speech and entertainment and free speech, nothing should come from hate, right? I believe that like anything that comes from hate, that's where the rules of free speech are applied, right? That's when free speech, the right to say what you want to say, I believe should be taken away from you. Right? When it comes from a place of hate, right? I also believe that free speech needs to be redefined, right? And adjusted for what we have with social media, right? The ability to post anything, say anything, create any kind of euphoria or panic or however you want to call it, right? I believe that is, in a sense, that is a kind of hate speech which should be banned. Unpopular? Yes. That's okay.
There's been a number of videos that someone has made with AI of bombings in recent sites like Palestine and Ukraine, and these bombings did not happen. They were created on AI, and this person has published them, and millions of people, I'm exaggerating because I don't know the actual number, a lot of people see them and go, and they're triggered, they have reaction, and they're posting and sharing. These are actually synthetic, they're actually created. And in this day and age, with AI, images and words and ideas, nothing is real.
Right, so you've just given a perfect example of what I'm talking about. The man should be found, arrested, and jailed who uploaded that. Right, that kind of thing needs to be outlawed.
But it's a grey line.
For me, there is nothing grey about it. If you create content, right, that promotes in any way fear and hate, you should be held accountable for it.
What about horror movies like Hammer House movies?
Well, I mean, entertainment. Like we go into movies knowing that it's a movie, right? We go into a movie knowing that someone has made it, written it, produced it, and directed it, and actors have come in, actors have been paid for it, stuff, right? That is not coming from a place of hate, right? It's coming from entertainment.
But it's a gray line
For
because
me, it's not a grey line.
because what makes it scary is it crosses over the line into reality. So I don't know.
Sure.
Never ending.
Yeah,
It's a
never ending.
bit, yeah, it's a little bit like what, when people stormed the White House when Trump was.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
I'm
Wow.
sorry I wasn't there no.
But yeah, but like seeing Matt, because I have friends on Facebook that are both from like Democrats or Republican, but watching these two groups of people fighting on social media is just entertainment. It's such a divided country, man, and yeah, man, I'm just glad I'm not American. Do you know what I mean? Like, what would you do if you're an American right now, and your family's divided by a political faction?
I'd write a country song.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
You're a Republican. You can't talk about Negroes and slavery and.
Yeah, but I mean, if I was American in that situation, now I would go back to the beginning of this conversation and impart faith, hope, and love.
Yeah.
Right? Like otherwise, I'm a hypocrite, right? Sort of thing. Like otherwise, I don't believe what I'm saying, right? Sort of thing. So that's in some way. I mean, I don't know how I would do that because I'm not in that situation, right? And I don't know how good or bad I would be at that, right? But because I'm not in that situation, but that's what I hope that I would do, right? And it would be my hope that people would say, right, this guy is genuinely concerned, right, and actually is doing the right thing to try to make some kind of positive difference, right?
It's a bit like I think Rowan Atkinson said, I think it was Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. He said, like comedy will die if we can't drop these stereotype kind of things. So what do you feel about comedians talking about like taboo or kind of risque content?
What I heard was in Nazi Germany, the first place that Hitler went after was the comedy clubs. The first place. Because if you can talk about a terrible situation and laugh at it, it loses its power.
Its
So
edge.
the first place he went is he cut out all the comedy. So no one could
Really?
laugh at. This is what I
Fact check. Fact check. There's a very interesting
Google,
fact.
Google,
Very interesting.
Google.
Google Cat GPT. Musk, thanks, buddy.
Oh, no, we're on thing 6.
Didn't mean to bag you out before. Really appreciate this little tool you made up.
What's the best? Did Hitler?
Ban comedians.
And
I think like your answer to your question is the same thing. Like I mentioned before, and I've said to Adam many times. Comedy, like I believe that you can joke about anything, but right, it can't come from a place of hate, right? If it comes from a place of hate, that should not be allowed.
But hate is connected to other things. 'Cause I heard this idea from Dr. Wayne Dyer a long time ago, and he said, why do you choose in this moment to accept fear over love? And it seems like a duality. It's like you either have love or fear. And I think of like when you're going on a roller coaster, you're like, oh, this is impossible. How could this be happening? And you feel fear, and then you kind of make that flip to love. It's like a positive and negative thing. So I think hate, the base of hate is fear, and teaching people how to love is okay. We've got our AI.
We've got a fact check. Hang on.
We've got computers off to the side here.
Yeah, over to the left here.
And then you can read that.
So Adolf Hitler and the Nazis regime did not issue a blanket ban on comedians or comedy. Instead, they strictly controlled all forms of entertainment to ensure alignment with Nazi ideology. Here's how comedy was suppressed: censorship and regulation.
That's the way to do it. Ban everyone. You
Yes,
can't get blamed for anything.
this is actually what I was referring to, though, is shutting down the venues,
Right.
1935. So he closed satirical theaters. That is, what do you mean, no? That is yes. What are you talking about, AI? Punishment and discipline. Comedians like Fink were imprisoned for subversive jokes. It said no, but it's actually saying
Yeah.
that it was actually, yeah. So I think like it's kind of funny because when something bad happens, comedians will wait for the timing to say this is okay to laugh at it now, right? So like AIDS
Yeah.
jokes are now funny because that has had a certain incubation time and
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like I think we need comedy. We need to be able to laugh at these things. It's so interesting. I was thinking about what is comedy? What is laughing? We go ha 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 ha. Like what is that? So I researched and I found the answer to what laughter actually is. And apparently, so hundreds, thousands, or in long time ago when we were living in trees, and a dangerous situation would happen.
I still am living in a tree.
A dangerous
What do
situation
you
would
mean
happen.
we're living in trees?
Well, okay, for example, like a lion is coming in, we'd make like a sound to let each other know there's danger, and then it evolved into laughing. So that's why dangerous or like obscene issues become funny because we laugh and we make a sound to let each other know this is not dangerous, this is okay, and we laugh at it. Yeah, I love. Okay,
Are you moving on to the next topic, Adam?
next question. Is that all right?
Yeah, no.
Probably need to be our last, actually, just due to time.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to go so dark so quick, but okay. What is a question? No, less. I've got a couple more questions. What is a question that you wish people would ask you but don't?
Do you like another beer, Peter? Can I buy you a beer? You're always welcome to ask me that question, but nobody ever does.
I think that's the perfect answer. It's a
Right.
microphone drop answer.
Right.
I could change this to like, what questions would you like to ask somebody that's died?
That was pretty dumb.
Oh, you've gone dark there. I'd like to talk to Adam.
I'm going to say like a question that you'd ask somebody that's dead. Like, for
Okay.
example, like
This question
you die.
about anyone who says like, okay, the after this happens in the afterlife or after you die, nobody knows because you're dead. That's the definition of dead. And if you came back from being dead, you're not dead. You came close to it, but you're not dead. So it's
Is that Buddhist kind of like
well,
theory?
in Buddhism, they say you reincarnate and you come back. But my question with that is, why Earth? Like, if you reincarnate and you keep coming back, why would it be only on this planet? Why wouldn't you reincarnate on Alpha Centauri or like way over there? So maybe if reincarnation is real, that we are all extensions of the consciousness of the one Earth. And that,
Yeah.
and that we're actually just part of this brain that keeps going. I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know. What do you think, Peter?
You really want to know? I mean, you know what I believe. You really want me to talk about it?
Okay, now we have options on the screen.
Right,
Do you
right,
really want to know?
right.
Like yes, no,
Right,
maybe?
yes or
Click on
no.
the screen.
The graph.
Yes or no? Adam knows quite well that I believe in heaven and I believe in eternal separation from God. That is what I believe, right?
Yeah.
I can go into as much detail as you like, and you're welcome to prod and poke me. That's fine, right? But prod and poke away. But that's what I believe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think we just turn out into just like, dust. That's it.
The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. The worms play ping pong on your snout. So my
I think-
grandfather taught me that little
but-
poem, little
but-
ditty when he was alive.
Peter had this kind of weird,
Yeah, stop the sentence. Peter is kind of weird.
right?
End of conversation. Next
So-
question.
And I spoke to Adam about this when my best friend died, Scott. I had this message, and Peter had something weird with Ozzy Osbourne. And you played,
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
and then I don't know if you want to talk about that.
so many stories.
Yeah. About like these, you know.
Well, I could tell those stories in short. So, a couple people really close to me. Don't forget what you're going to say because
No, that's
I'll
not
pass.
good.
But when my uncle passed away, he was really, really close. He was a brother, a friend, a father figure. He was And then when he passed away, I'm like, please give me a sign that you're all right because of the terms of his passing. And then I went out for a morning jog, because I love to do. And then a rainbow started to form, and it went perfect rainbow from one horizon to the next. And then it formed like a double rainbow. And I was just sitting there,
Rambo?
Rambo, Force of Freedom. And I'm looking at this rainbow thinking, I just asked for a sign and this happened. And then when my father passed away, my daughter and I, we said, okay, we have freedom of speech. Please give us a sign that you're all right. And the same thing happened. Over to you, Darren.
Yeah, because you told me about that. Was it dragonfly that approached you? That story.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
interesting.
dragonflies are wild. Yeah, well, soon after my father passed away, I was out on another morning going for a morning run, and this dragonfly flew, and it just was looking at me like here, and then it just hovered around. It would stay there, and I was walking, and it just stayed there the whole time. Dun, 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 dun. And then I was like, Dad, is that you? Like, I know it's a dragonfly, but because when my grandfather passed away, my grandmother was at the funeral, and they said this. I wasn't actually there, but they said this big, beautiful, like colorful, like they said they've never seen a dragonfly like that before. They went to the gravesite to bury him, and this dragonfly landed right on her head and stayed there. So, and they say that dragonflies are like some kind of spiritual link. I mean, in
Yeah.
Buddhism, they say like in Obon, right? If an insect is near your house, it's like like I don't claim to know what happens after we die, but I have contacted.
Yeah.
I've used my imagination. I'll put it that way, and contacted and received messages that have gone beyond my thinking rational mind. Sorry.
No,
over to
man,
you.
no, it's
Stop me from talking.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking about your friend. He worked for
Yeah, my friend was a prop designer and
Star Wars.
Star Wars and many other movies. And yeah, he just had a message. I was brushing my teeth. I just had this weird feeling. And then literally 3 days later, his best friend mailed me and said he passed away. Just weird. And I'm like, oh, what if I should have, mailed him earlier? But it is what it is.
I've had so many weird dreams like that. Where I had a dream with my karate master, Sensei Oliver, and I have a lot of karate dreams. And in my dream, I was kind of floating down, and then I was in a tournament. And then Sensei Oliver was there, and I recognized all the senseis. Like, oh yeah, oh I'm here. And there's a specific vibration, I guess you call it, or feeling that you get when you're around certain powerful beings. And Sensei Oliver was there, and the wall was behind him, and there were people on the side of him, and he was just there looking at me. And I can't quite explain it in words that can penetrate the feeling of this, but I could feel his presence. He didn't say anything. He just looked at me, and we made eye contact. And I could feel like a vibration, like he's right here. And I found out a short time afterwards that that's when he passed away. And I've had so many dreams like that. My rational brain goes, that's not possible, but it is possible. But I don't claim to know what that is. It's just a thing that happens. But I like meditating, and I think everyone should meditate every day, because when you meditate, you can actually there's like the physical reality world and the stressful place that it is. And I think I heard this idea that we're inside a black hole, and that the Big Bang would be probably the moment that we were sucked into it. And if we're inside a black hole, that explains why everything sucks. But
On that note.
On the note,
oh man,
gotta go. Time to get back to work. Time to get some food.
love you.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
No.
There you go.